South Florida Broadcast Network is on the air. Welcome, everybody, to Miami-Dade College for the season finale. Today, Palm Beach State takes on your Miami-Dade College Sharks. Hello again, everybody. I'm Jay Hayback, along with my broadcast partner, as usual, Mr. Justin Bresner. Justin, welcome.
Thanks, Jay. Looking forward to a great game. Last game of the season here for the Sharks. Should be a good one.
And, of course, the man that everybody wants to hear. They call him the mayor, Steve Hertz. Steve, welcome.
Thanks, Jay. Again, great to be here, and especially because the Sharks clinched the Southern Conference Championship a few days ago.
So on the mound for Miami-Dade today is Gabriel Figueroa. Figueroa this season, 58 and a third innings pitched, 8-1 record, 2.47 ERA, 59 strikeouts against only 20 walks, a 3-to-1 ratio. He is a freshman, and very, very impressive this season has been Figueroa. Leading off for Palm Beach State, Jizjar Clodida. Clodida this season hitting .360 with 3 home runs and hits the first pitch he sees to first base. And that was an easy play. So Brian Sanjuro today playing first base. One pitch, one out, Justin.
Yeah, quick and easy.
Look at that sidearm slider. Figueroa with all different arm slots and all different speeds.
You know, Jay, Figueroa is 7-1 this season, and he's played a couple of different roles, starter and reliever.
This is Ray Sanchez. Nice curveball, just missed high. And that one hit into left field, and a diving catch. Look at that. A spectacular play by Matthew Stevens. And that is 2 outs in the inning. going to be Gabriel Mariñez. Excuse me, Ricky Neiman, now the batter. Neiman hitting .254 this season with 3 home runs and 14 RBIs. 6'3", 220 out of Wellington. Big swing and a miss at that breaking ball. There's that sidearm delivery. Big swing and a miss. That was a huge pitch from Figueroa. Nice movement on that sidearm pitch. You know, Steve, I think he prefers that sidearm drop down to even 3/4 or overhand.
Well, you know what? It's pretty natural for him. And then he goes to a top slot, so it's hard to pick up.
I think the baseball players have taken a page out of the softball book here.
It's a nice pitch.
Big swing and a miss. He struck him out. That'll do it. A quick and easy inning for Gabriel Figueroa.
Figueroa had a great assortment of pitches that inning.
We are through 1/2 inning. No score here at Miami-Dade College. Sharks coming to bat. You are watching the South Florida Broadcast Network.
I know, but want to make sure.
That's not me. Not unless you wanted me to.
Before we start bottom of the inning with the Sharks coming to bat, just a few words out to Candy Long, who watches our broadcast when we're here. And the pitching coach for Miami-Dade says, thank you so much for the years of your support, and sends his love to you. I don't know his name, but you might know who he is.
Good stuff.
Beautiful day here at Miami-Dade College. Partly cloudy skies, temperature at about 80 degrees. And here we go, folks. Luis Guerrero leading off and takes that pitch on the inside corner for strike one.
When you have a chance, you're the distributor.
Pops that one up. Settling under it and making the catch. It's going to be Jose Bach in his familiar number 2 position, although hitting right-handed today. Big curveball missed outside. Pitcher for Palm Beach State is Roger Ceballos. Bach pounds that one into the ground. Ceballos this season, 37 and 2/3 innings pitched, 0-2 record, 2.63 ERA, 32 strikeouts against 19 walks.
Ceballos out of Killian High School.
Now that one straight back.
So Ceballos went from being, you know, a couple thousand feet away from here to, what, about 80 miles?
That's right.
Killian right down the street. I believe that's the closest high school to this facility.
It is. And he's come on in the last few games. You see the low ERA.
You know, one thing I noticed in the lineup for Dade today, guys, is it's a very, very thick lineup. Now that Luis Guerrero's back in for strike three. You know, Steve, with Luis Guerrero back in the lineup, it really changes a lot of the dynamics of what we're accustomed to seeing. It makes the lineup so much more explosive. You've got Nico Martinez sitting in the number 8 hole, and we haven't seen that in any of our broadcasts.
Well, what's happened, Jay, early in the season, they were out 3 of their starting hitters for quite a while. They started struggling and went through some adversity. But in the last 5 games or so, they've gotten a healthy lineup back. All their guys are strong, and they're going to make a great showing at the state tournament.
Well, also Michael Alisea hitting 6th, and we saw him hitting at the top of the lineup throughout most of the year.
Right.
Wow.
So you can see 1 through 9, they can swing the bat.
Christopher Bower hitting 9th today. We saw him in the number 5 and 6 position most of the season.
Here's Matthew Stevens, who had that spectacular diving catch out in left field in the top of the inning.
One of the aforementioned players we recently got back. Nice to see Stevens back in the lineup.
2 outs, no on for the Sharks. At the bottom of the first, score 0-0.
Slice that one,
Wow.
Kyle.
You don't want to get in front of that one.
No, that one really took off.
In for strike 3, he struck him out. A 1-2-3 inning. So we are through 1 inning, no score here at Miami-Dade College, and today is the final game of the regular season. Miami-Dade will be moving on to the postseason.
Jay and Justin, Miami-Dade will open up the state tournament with Chipola, who they played earlier in the season, like a preseason tournament. And Chipola's been there almost every year, always a very good team and a big challenge.
Okay, and Emilio is going to put up the batting stats for both teams.
You know, guys, if you look at the overall batting average for the team, it is pretty average. But one thing they've done very well all year is they came through with the big hits.
Yeah, sometimes it's not how many, but when.
Yep.
Yeah, so many times you see a team get 11, 12 hits and only score 2 or 3 runs. These guys have put up 5, 7, 9 runs with just 6, 7 hits, but they're key hits.
Well, one thing you notice about Palm Beach State is their RBI number is much higher than Miami-Dade.
This is Gabriel Martinez, the right fielder.
As a team, 191 RBIs for Palm Beach State. Miami-Dade, 146 this season. Home runs about equal, 16 to 17.
Yeah. Well, the only thing you can say about that is Palm Beach is more of a hitter's park compared to Miami-Dade. I'm not saying it's easy to hit there, but compared to Miami-Dade, it's a smaller park. And of course, here at Dade, it's a giant-sized
Yeah, but
park.
Steve, can't you say that about every single ballpark in the country?
Well, you really could, but I'm just comparing Miami-Dade to Palm Beach.
Well, Ray Sanchez being the Panthers' huge hitter with 7 big home runs. But that didn't matter when he popped it over by Matthew Stevens as he came flying in and made that out.
Anyone have a velo? Figueroa throwing that fastball at 91 miles an hour. We do have several Miami-Dade spotters here today with us, and we'll try to keep an eye on that.
3-1 count now to Martinez. Not where Figueroa wanted to be at the moment. This is an important pitch. As there are 2 outs, and the Sharks would love to get back to the plate.
Steve, as the ex-head coach of Miami-Dade College, I want to ask you, final game of the season coming into the playoffs, anything you're going to do?
Popped up.
Anything you're going to do differently in a game like this, Steve? Are you going to try some players in positions they wouldn't normally be in? Are you going to do anything to prepare for the playoffs today?
Well, it's so far from the first game. They're 2 weeks away from their first game, and they'll play inter-squad games in between. So if this is the last game of the season, you might want to try a pitcher that hasn't pitched much but has shown some improvement, and maybe have to use them in the state tournament, and get some guys that haven't played very much an opportunity to get some innings in and some at-bats. So there's a lot of different ways you can go when you're in this situation. You've already clinched the conference.
Andrew Martinez at the plate. Martinez batting .294 on the season. 20 RBIs for the Panthers.
Steve, also we've noticed when we've seen Figueroa, and we've seen him several times this season, that he's become more and more polished in each of his starts.
Absolutely. And that's what we wanted to say really about this whole team. The pitching staff has gotten better. Coach Long's done a fabulous job with the staff, almost like committee. One guy may start 2 starts in a row and then go into relief and become a closer. So they've been very good at moving their pitchers in certain positions, pitching 3 or 4 innings. It's worked well.
You got him. Have to finish out the play.
Got to complete
nope,
the out.
You cannot.
Martinez could not get a hold of that baseball. So it'll go as a strikeout for Figueroa, but Martinez will reach first. So it'll be Reed Zitzelberg stepping in for Palm Beach State. That one almost hit him. First base runner of the game happens to be on a strikeout. So still no hits and no walks for either team. But an error is on the board for Miami-Dade for Martinez, not completing that out. Foul straight back.
Martinez with a good lead over at first.
There's the fastball on the outside corner. That's a pretty pitch. Only way you're going to hit that pitch is off the end of the bat. Probably break your hands in the process.
That one's chopped to third.
Not hit very hard. They'll get the out at second, but they will not attempt the double play. 2 outs in the inning. Smart play there. Michael Alisea knew there was no chance once that ball was hit softly at Sujel Arias.
Want to venture a shot at this one, Jay?
Talarel.
That one's in for a strike. On top now, 0-1.
Talarel, of course, from Israel.
Tal played here at Miami-Dade last year.
Now, how does that work, Steve? He's still a freshman.
He is. He was redshirted last year, and so this is his freshman year.
Big swing and a miss. 1-2 the count now to Urel.
In the last World Baseball Classic, Tal was the bullpen catcher for the Israeli national team that went on to win 4 games in the Classic.
Nice. That must have been a cool experience for him.
Great experience.
He got him.
Great
He
experience.
waved at that one,
That'll close it out.
and Palm Beach State goes down. No runs. They'll leave 1. We go to the bottom of the second. No score here at Miami-Dade College. You are watching the South Florida Broadcast Network. Three strikeouts so far for Figueroa. So, Emilio, give us the stats for Roger Ceballos and the entire pitching staff. We'll look at the pitching stats for both teams.
Yeah, so 5 strikeouts so far, Jay. Pretty good game.
Steve Hertz, as usual, supplying peanuts and Cracker Jacks.
It's the least we can do.
You know, the one thing that really sticks out on those pitching stats, Steve Hertz, is Miami-Dade's pitching staff as a whole under 4.0 at 3.82 ERA, and the strikeouts to walk total very, very impressive, 397 to 135. So a 3-to-1 ratio, strikeouts to walk.
Yeah.
Now, Palm Beach State, nothing to sneeze at, 317 to 164. They're a 2-to-1 ratio, and that is very good. But a 3-to-1 ratio takes the pressure off of your defense.
Without a doubt. The more strikeouts, the better.
So this is Brian Sanjuro playing first base today. Oh, big swing and a miss from Sanjuro.
Look like a changeup.
Looked like it to me. Count 1-1 now. That's in for a strike.
It's a nice breaking ball.
Gets a shot to the second baseman. Make the grab and the play. So easy play for Jeffrey Encarnacion, who will be leading off for Palm Beach in the next inning. Here is Rafael Manzar.
Steve, don't forget to save the Cracker Jack prize for Linda Price. There you go.
Thank you. Still love it.
Just missed with that offering. Count 1-1.
That one hit hard, but right at the center fielder and the left fielder, excuse me. 2 outs in the inning.
So here is Michael Alisea at the plate. 2 out, no on. Here in the bottom of the second inning. That one's chopped foul. Big swing and a miss. Spios now up on Alisea with the 0-2 count.
You know, I got to say, guys, it's really nice to see Alisea in that number 6 position, in a run-producing position. He's been near the top of the lineup all season, leading the team and maybe even the entire NJCAA in doubles.
It's got about, what, 16, Jay? 17?
Got him. Swinging.
Pretty good fastball up.
Yeah, Steve, 16 doubles this season for Alisea. Nothing doing for either team so far. It is a pitcher's duel. Palm Beach State and your hometown Sharks are locked up in a tight one. Today is the final game of the regular season, and both teams looking to get off on the right foot to start their playoff run.
You know, just a sidelight, guys, talking to Coach Price about going to the state tournament and how to prepare for it, and we both came to the conclusion there's no real formula. You know, you can prepare, everybody prepares, but how do you go about it? You want your team real loose. You can't be too loose. You want them so disciplined that every minute is planned, and you can overdo that too. I can go back to 1988 when we were at the state tournament, and we're staying at the same hotel as Hillsborough. We both play our first game. We win the first game, and we go back to the hotel. Hillsborough loses the first game. They go back to our hotel, and we see them out there. Well, first of all, we have our guys in the room at a certain time. They're eating at a certain time. A very disciplined situation. And after the game, here's Hillsborough out by the pool for about 3 hours, running around playing wiffle ball. They're up till 11, 12 o'clock at night, and they're playing the 10 o'clock game in the morning. So I have our guys say, see, guys, see what's happening over there? They lost the first game. They're ready to go home. I'll make a long story short. Usually I make a short story long, but I'll make this one short. They go on, win their next game. We win our next game. They win their next game. We lose the next game. We wound up coming in third out of 8 teams, and Hillsborough wins the state championship. Wow. They also go on to the regional and beat Alabama and Georgia. Then they go to the World Series in Colorado and win the 1988 World Series. So is there a formula? I don't think so.
The moral of that story is no, there's not.
Jeffrey Encarnacion steps in for Palm Beach State. That was the silky smooth voice of Steve Hertz regaling us with stories from the 1980s, and we will try to bring out as much of those as we can from him. Encarnacion this season hitting .266 with 16 RBIs. Foul tipped it. He struck him out. And guys, this man coming up, and I call him a man because we saw him last year and he was a man. David Munoz, we saw in high school hit one of the most towering home runs, and it was to win the game at Flamingo Park for Miami Beach High, and was one of the most feared hitters in all of high school baseball last year here in Dade County. Nice to see David playing college ball. And he hits that one to short. Rafi picks it up and over to first. Nice and easy.
Uh-oh.
A little
Save.
too easy. Rafi hot dogged that one, I think, Steve.
Well, you could say that, but he plays a lot of balls like that, and usually it's a good throw. He's been a terrific defensive shortstop all year long. I think he's only made 5 errors.
And that will be marked as an error. We are back to the top of the order. Just Jar Clotita. Sharks bench one at a time, insisting that pitch was perfect, but nonetheless called the ball. Count 1-0. That one definitely left low. Count 2-0. Looks like it was left inside. Count 3-0 now. Figueroa certainly behind in the count now. That one's in for a strike. Full count now. I'm sorry, 3-1 the count. Not want Munoz advancing the second. That one is popped up to left field. I think that might be out of play.
It's in play,
Wow.
and it's
Gone.
a fair ball. It's a fair ball. Rounding second and on his way to third is Munoz. And rounding first and on his way to second is Clotita. That ball. One out, second and third. Here's the replay.
Not sure how that stayed in. Looks like it was going to be way foul to me.
Yeah, it sure did. Somehow got caught up in the wind.
I guess.
Stuck around.
You guys are up.
him down.
Sorry, Justin. I also wanted to introduce the other 2 members of our broadcast team who arrived a little late today. It's Alec Toledo. Alec, welcome.
Hello, everybody, and then this nice Saturday afternoon, actually, for baseball. It's been a beautiful day so far. A lot of strikeouts, but may have some action on the scoreboard now as well.
And Laszlo Banez is also here. Laszlo, welcome.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Big swing and miss. Figueroa. On top of the count here, 0-2. Sanchez.
Could definitely use a strikeout here.
It's a big pitch.
Popped up, straight back.
At us.
So another 5-man booth here today. Reintroduce everybody. Myself, Jay Hayback, my broadcast partner, Justin Bresner, the mayor, Steve Hertz, Laszlo Banez, and Alec Toledo, all here to bring you the action.
Still 0-2 to Sanchez.
Runners at second and third, only one out here. Tough situation. Situation, Justin, that may dictate walking him, no?
I'm not sure with only one out they want to walk anyone. I think the Sharks believe they can take down any batter that's thrown at them. I mean, Sanchez had that beautiful shot to left, but just no match for Matthew Stevens out there as he ranged over and dove to get it. Just missed with that one.
You are up 1-2 in the count, so trying to get the strikeout is definitely the ideal situation here with a strikeout pitcher out on the mound.
That double by Jizdron floated out. He went the other way, and it went all the way into the corner in left field. Hard for us to even see that ball was fair. Look at a pickoff move at third base, something you rarely see in college baseball. Suhel Arias raced over to third base, and Figueroa, out of the corner of his eye, saw him and fired a strike, but nothing to do with David Munoz, who was back easily.
Look for something out of the zone here to try to get him to chase for second out.
Sounds like
Had it right here.
Oh no, keep it on you though. Like attach it.
I don't know. I should stay up.
2-2 the count now to Sanchez.
And now it's a little troublesome with the count where it is now. Got to make a great pitch here.
Missed up high.
That's what Figueroa was looking for. Full
Really
count.
don't want to give in here, though.
No.
With that base open, it's almost like a security blanket.
Huge pitch right here, Jay.
I'll still take a walk over getting a hit.
Oh,
That'll score a couple runs.
It's going to score at least one.
I was actually talking about intentionally walking. Big
Got him.
swing and a miss. He hit it. He struck him out.
That consistent 91 out there that he's throwing. Great pitch. Got the strikeout now. Just one out away from getting out of this jam.
That was a huge strikeout from Figueroa. So Steve Hertz, this being our last broadcast of the season, I want to ask you if put you on the spot here in front of our huge audience. Are you going to do any high school games with us?
Are there any left?
Oh yeah.
Well,
The High School Baseball Network, HSBN Live, we have been going nonstop. We have a game on Monday at Barry University. And I'm telling you, Steve, I'm going to do everything I can to get you out to one of these high school games. I think you'd have a ball. And of
Okay.
course, you'd know everybody.
we'll commit to one.
maybe one not too much distance.
Well, it'll be a nice game. It's the GMAC Championship.
There's Ricky Neiman.
Good velocity on that fastball, right at the knees.
Neiman went down back in the first one.
Takes a nice walk around the batter's box there. I don't know what that was about. That pitch was right down Broadway.
I think he's just frustrated that he hasn't been able to make anywhere near solid contact out there.
I think waste for the next 2 pitches is coming, so he's got to be aware. He's also got to protect.
Popped up out of play. Count 0-2. 2 outs in the inning. Figueroa 1 pitch away from getting out of this.
I think the catcher might have been crossed up there. He was setting up outside, but the pitch was inside fastball, so didn't look like he hit the spot that time, but got away with it.
May explain why the batter was even able to get around it.
Absolutely.
Nice split screen shot from Emilio. Emilio's keeping very busy.
Swing and a miss, he struck him out.
Martinez will complete the out to first, and that will do it. The Sharks get out of a jam. It is still 0-0. We go to the bottom of the third. You are watching South Florida Broadcast Network.
Pitching took over the last 2 outs there, Jay, and phenomenal job to recover after having a couple of runners in scoring position.
Well, sandwiched in between a couple base runners, Figueroa struck out the side.
Yeah, Figueroa's been on his game today so far. I believe that's now 7 strikeouts on the game.
6.
6 strikeouts.
You are correct. He has 6 strikeouts already.
So that's 1 in the first, I believe, 2 in the second, and then 3 in the third. Not bad and all his work.
He's gonna have 4 next inning.
Which is indeed possible, in case you guys did not know that.
No, we saw it yesterday.
Yes, yesterday, absolutely at Westminster Academy, it did occur.
Oh, Alex Rodriguez's old stopping grounds.
One of those oddities in baseball, and once in a blue moon, you saw it, and
Yeah, you drop that 3rd strike, and you don't complete that play, you could get a 4. You have a chance of a 4th strikeout.
nope.
Well, especially when you have an explosive curveball like we saw yesterday from Barriera. Barriera's curveball yesterday was very impressive. 14 years old, freshman, just absolutely turned the lights out on Hialeah Academy.
And I think also his velocity never really took a dip at any of the innings, which was very impressive.
Well, he was throwing 90-91 consistently throughout the game, but it was really his curveball that was even more impressive.
We've definitely seen some impressive pitching performances by some of these high school players. We saw one at FIU with Alexander Ayala from, I believe it was Burrito High School, and he was electric. And by the way, he had went into that game with a .33 ERA and threw a complete game shutout that game.
Faced the minimum. Even giving up a bunt hit, still faced the minimum.
Pitch on the inside part of the plate.
Now 0-2 to Suhel Arias.
Popped up out of play.
A lot of late swings today, with a lot of pitches being spoiled foul towards right field, guys. So a lot of late swings we're seeing today.
Absolutely, the pitcher is definitely keeping the batters off balance.
Going to get down for a hit. No.
Look at that play.
Wow.
He got him.
Just got him, yep.
Great play by the second baseman out there, just judging that hop perfectly and making a good strong throw.
Encarnacion making some stellar defensive plays for the Panthers today.
Make that one look routine, but it really was not as routine as it seemed.
The footwork of Encarnacion was very impressive there.
Absolutely. Kept himself in great balance.
Yeah, you
Here's
gotta,
Nico Martinez.
gotta love when you do it all in one motion.
In almost every
For sure.
podcast we've done, Nico's put one over the Pinecrest physical therapy wall in left field. So let's see what he can do today. The wind not that big of a factor today.
The wind might actually help him today, Jay.
There's a curveball. That was his pitch right there. Nico has hit home runs in 2 of the 3 games he's played on our broadcasts. He missed one of them, so we did 4.
Unless you're a super power hitter, I don't think you can get it out to center field. So you're aiming for the alleys here and right down the line with a player that has speed.
Two and two the count now.
Did the girls softball team just enter the dugout? Because I'm hearing like rhythmic clapping over there.
She just went down swinging route number 2.
Is that Coach De Aguirre?
So far,
that looks like Dakota Johnson over there.
so far nothing doing for Miami-Dade. No base runners yet as well.
There's Moore at the plate now. Playing DH there.
Yeah, Justin, he's been starting hitters off with that big sweeping curveball. Hard to get a rhythm to get your feet planted.
The interesting thing is when they turn the lineup over, is he going to continue doing the same sequence of pitches? That's the interesting question.
Well, I think one thing you want to do is always keep them off balance. That's the best way. And by judging all these foul balls, adding to your point from earlier, that's exactly what it's showing.
Get it to the same spot.
No one in the dirt.
Gotta love seeing the no batting gloves and choking him on the bat. It's always fun to see.
Old school.
And that's exactly why you do it, so you can get some solid contact.
I remember Vladimir Guerrero of the old Montreal Expos used to bat like that. As a matter of fact, his son just had his debut last night for the Blue Jays and had a nice double. Yes.
That kid is going to be something special.
For sure.
I wonder if he's going to swing at all the bad pitches like that. He struck him out.
I must say Guerrero is one of the best bad ball hitters of all time.
You got it wrong. Not one of the best.
The best.
The best bad ball hitter in the history of Major League Baseball. And used constantly on our broadcasts as a barometer, a bar to use as someone. If anybody is a bad ball hitter and does it well, we always refer to Vlad Guerrero as the epitome of bad ball hitters.
And the incredible thing about Vlad Guerrero as well is that his on-base percentage was always special as well. It was not just his batting average, guys.
Yogi Berra was his idol.
Yogi Berra, the great catcher.
Pretty good bad ball hitter.
Right? I think back then. No, go ahead, Alex. Sorry.
Yeah. I believe Yogi Berra still has the most home runs as a catcher, right?
He's got to be up in the top 10, I would say.
Johnny Bench has a few as well. Yeah. Between those two, from what I remember.
Steve, I must say back then, I think baseball was obviously played a little bit differently, but players were able to go the opposite way a lot more than I see it in today's game.
I'm not sure. I'm trying to think that out.
Well, you know, today the shift has become like one of those normalcies that you see on a lot of good hitters.
There's a lot of shifts.
Especially with Joe Madden.
The shift. You don't see players or our pull hitters very many try to go the other way. It's not their style, and they feel uncomfortable and feel that they're going to just try to break the shift.
True.
I don't know that I'll ever get used to seeing nobody on one side of the field.
That's hard.
It does not look right.
Yeah. Brian Anderson on the Marlins does it all the time. He's always going from third all the way to second base most games for any pull hitter.
It just drives me nuts, Steve, that what you're saying, that these hitters won't just lay a bunt down or or just slap a ball the other way and just take what's given to them.
You would think so. You would think so. But they don't do it. They just don't do it.
But if they just did it a few times, you don't have to do it all the time. I think if you just did it a few times, the scouting report would pick it up, and then they would stop the shift, and you're back to normal.
Probably so. If they did it and it was successful, then they'd have to look for it. But again, they're kind of afraid to do that. They want to stay within, be comfortable with what they're doing and take their chances.
Gabriel Martinez, the right fielder, flew out to right field back in the second.
And Steve, another thing, the home runs are also back in vogue now. That's all anyone wants to do nowadays. Joey Gallo is a perfect example. He hits under 200, all he does is hit homers.
It reminds me of Rob Deere back from the Detroit Tigers days. It was either strikeout or home run.
Same with Dave King?
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, it reminds me of Adam Dunn as well. But he used to walk a lot too. That's what made Adam Dunn so great. And he would lay down a bunt against the shift sometimes, as big as he was.
Steve, I have a serious question for you. This is a controversial question. Is the baseball juiced again?
Oh boy, we're getting controversial out of here.
Back to the pitcher.
The foul of his foot.
If you want my opinion, I would say no. But who knows?
All right, you heard it, folks. Steve Hurt says no.
I was just thinking it's just human evolution, just bigger, faster, stronger nowadays, and.
Is that a Steve Austin reference?
And
I think it was.
Yeah, you have guys as big as Giancarlo Stanton and Aaron Judge out there. It's kind of easy to hit home runs, but they're that big.
I'm not even talking about the big power hitters. I'm talking about the guys who would normally have warning track power that the ball's just cruising over the fence, which leads me to think, and that's in for strike three again.
Also, though, you're right, Jay. But also, you got to consider the velocity of pitches nowadays. Pitchers are just throwing a lot harder nowadays than they used to back in the day.
Well, I know there are training areas, especially one in particular in Texas, where they actually promise that anybody that comes to their farm will throw 100 miles an hour if you just follow their practices.
Crazy. Nolan Ryan Expresses all over the place.
And we saw somebody threw 105 miles an hour, 104 miles an hour the other day.
Yeah, I believe he was with the Cardinals. He threw 105 to blow away Christian Yelich just the other day.
Now, the other side of the coin there, it's nice to throw 105, but how long can you last in the league when you're throwing that hard?
Very true.
A lot of Tommy John surgeries been happening, in the recent years, and we'll see if. Listen, I always thought positioning of the baseball on the pitch and switching up the velocity and speed is the most important for a pitcher.
There's no doubt, but that's not what's being taught, and that's also not what's being rewarded, more importantly, because as we've said on these broadcasts, if you don't throw 93, there's not one major league team that will even give you a tryout anymore.
That is very true. I think they want to see that you're capable of it, but then, the mixing in the speeds is what eventually is going to get you to be successful.
No question about it. They want to know that enough fastball to keep them honest.
No argument from anyone here, Laszlo, but I think, the Kyle Hendrickses of the world are getting erased. The Greg Maddoxes are getting erased. We're not going to see any of those pitchers anymore.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but that's why I've been enjoying Caleb Smith of the Marlins, who's been the Marlins' best pitcher. He doesn't throw very hard, but he just gets strikeouts like it's no one's business.
Absolutely. He's definitely made most of his opportunities.
That one rolled over foul.
Good solid contact there. As of right now, Palm Beach is making more of the solid contact than the Sharks are.
Hey, we don't want any of that talk here, Al. This is a pro Miami-Dade Sharks broadcast.
Oh, definitely.
I
graduated from here.
How good their opponent is playing, okay?
I graduated from here, trust me. I'm definitely on the Shark side. In case anybody else is listening. Yeah, I promise. Born and raised here in Miami.
There you go.
2-2. Just outside.
All right, somebody get me off Alex here. Someone get me off him.
Full count now. walking.
Boy, that was close. That was too close to take.
Not a bad frame job either, but the catcher just didn't fool the umpire.
First walk of the game.
No, Nico did a very good job of framing that pitch, and I honestly, I think if we watch the replay, that's probably in the K zone.
Yeah, I would say the umpire was 50-50 on that, and just decided to leave it alone.
Yeah, usually they ring them up on that.
Right.
This is not the same umpire from our last softball game. So it should be okay for the most part. Reed Sitzelberg.
Justin, you bring up a pretty funny story, and for those of you who
Strike one.
who didn't watch our broadcast last week, the home plate umpire for game one, let's say, had a rough game, and we were, let's say, unforgiving in our broadcast.
Brutally so.
Okay, well, maybe you can say that. And then here's where it gets great. After the game, he comes up to us and says, "Hey, we're going to watch the broadcast."
Japan.
So I'm giving him the card, and I'm looking at everybody saying, "Should I give him the wrong address?"
So, just so you know, you were very popular on broadcast. I promise.
He was much better and accurate once he was out in the field.
And welcome, Price family, right on time.
I wouldn't say it was.
Steve, make sure Linda gets her Cracker Jack fries, please.
Wait to the finish. For the presentation.
Spoiled back.
Unless it's a ring. If it's a ring, give it to Coach Price so that he can give it to her.
Definitely expect a fastball here because he's been throwing that very well.
Bounce that one back.
I was about to say a possible hit and run maybe at some point in action here, as the obviously runs are going to be at a premium today, at least so far.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if the runner sees a curveball, he's not off and running.
Definitely. And here comes.
Over at first. Now one's popped up. This may be playable over the first baseman. Coming over, he makes the catch.
Great job by Figueroa, just letting the first baseman do his job and then protecting first base. That's what a good pitcher does, fielding their position.
Batter got under it just a little bit there.
Two out, one on.
Amelia going to the triple screen now.
Chal Arell back in the plate.
Loving that triple screen. Here's a throw to first
They got
base,
him.
and he's
They
back
got
in
him.
time. Oh, you can see on the triple screen too. That was a good shot there.
Let's see if Tyrell takes advantage of that gaping hole at first, Justin. Not a lot of guys have been taking advantage of that so far.
And yet, in the first part of the screen, you got Figueroa, then in camera one
Martinez.
in the middle, and the leadoff first.
That is
And that one hit up the middle.
Right at the second baseman, though.
Steps on second, and that will do it. Nothing going for Palm Beach. We go to the bottom of the fourth. No score here at Miami-Dade College. Today is the final game of the regular season. You are watching SBN, the South Florida Broadcast Network.
And how about this? I'll just throw it out there and you guys give me your opinion. Palm Beach State has a no-hitter going through half the game. I know you're not supposed to talk about it, but we're the home team.
We're talking about it.
I'll be the first to say it. We are definitely talking about it because we want to hit right now.
Exactly.
Say no more. Don't let Jay hit you.
What I missed? What I missed?
Well, I let the cat out of the bag that we got a no-hit going for Palm Beach State, but we're not supposed to talk about the no-hitter.
Oh, you can talk about it for Palm Beach
Right,
State.
exactly. So that should mean we should get a couple of hits this inning, guys. This bottom half of the fourth.
Yeah, I'm not sure you understand what he means. As the Sharks have not had a hit against Palm Beach's pitching.
Correct. No, that's what you want to do. The way to get the hit is to mention the no-hitter for Palm Beach State. That's how you jinx them. Yeah, that's the old baseball jinx is you don't talk about a no-hitter while it's going on. So we can talk about the no-hitter.
Probably continue to do so.
We can just sit here.
By the way, right now it's actually a perfect game just for you guys following at home.
Let's take it a step further. There we go.
Yeah. Let's make everyone happy.
I'll take it in the Palm Beach State dugout that everybody's kind of left him alone. Nobody's speaking to him.
I don't think so yet. I think he's got to get into like the 5th or the 6th, Laszlo. I think 3 innings might not be enough.
Swing and strikes, Louis. Let's
You're
go.
probably right.
So you think we could get an interview in between innings?
Yeah, I don't think the manager would be okay with that at this point.
Back up to the top of the order with Luis Ferrero. Threw out some right field back in the game. We are now in the bottom of the 4th, folks, with a nothing score.
Gotta love that sweeping curveball.
Both pitchers have been outstanding here today. Count 0-2 now on Guerrero.
Thinking a little bit too much. Wait.
Popped up out of play. Second time through the lineup.
Just have not been able to get any solid contact going forward today. A lot of balls going foul, usually the same exact direction to right center.
Roger Ceballos this season's been good, but hasn't been this good. Chop. This is going to be a hard play. Up and over. It's not going to be safe at first.
Go for second.
That's an infield hit.
Oh, and he barely made it into second base.
Just like clockwork, we broke the jinx.
Hey, he's got a hit in my book.
Oh no, it goes down as a hit and then an error.
The question is, who do you give the error to?
I gave it to shortstop. I don't think the throw was good enough for the first baseman to be able to make a clean catch.
I agree. Very tough pick play there for the first baseman. So a hit and error should definitely be the way you score back at home.
Well, Jay, normally they say the second time through the order, the batters have an advantage since they've seen the pitcher already. So maybe that's what we're seeing right now.
Jose Bach. Bach flies that one up towards short.
He'll get in the wind, but not enough.
No infield fly here to worry about. So easy put away.
You're still too much. Right here. It's just, the thing is, it starts going when you're not close.
Making his second plate appearance, Matthew Stevens, the left fielder. Once again had a spectacular defensive dive catch back in the first inning.
Yeah, this is right man, right spot. Stevens has been an excellent number 3 hitter. And the man you want up right now to drive in the runs.
I would love for the Sharks to just be a little bit more aggressive when that curveball comes in because he keeps throwing it on the first pitch almost like clockwork, guys.
In limited action this season, Stevens has hit 385 with 10 RBIs.
What are the chances of a...
Jump on that.
Oh, sorry about that, Justin. What do you think about a possible steal here? It would definitely be a surprise, but trying to get him a little closer.
There he goes. Called it. Oh, he fouls it off though.
The chances were slim because it's a left-handed batter.
Yeah, well,
really, the odds are not in favor there.
I think more of the fact that we got a left-handed pitcher, and I think it's a little more difficult for him to see where the man at second base is.
The base runner actually got a great jump there. He might have actually gotten it if it wasn't spoiled foul.
For sure. Looks like they had the hit and run on.
Well, if nothing else, they got his attention diverted.
Yep.
It is just so hard for hitters to take advantage of a pitcher, though, when they're constantly behind the 8 ball on 0-2 counts.
For sure. He's got to protect all the way through now.
It is definitely another gorgeous day out here in South Florida.
It is beautiful.
0-2 to Stevens. Just misses that one. Actually,
I'm not sure where he missed on that one, but I'm okay with it. That was actually a good pitch for Stevens to hit.
There he goes again. Well, another hit and run.
Guerrero looks back as if to say, come on, man, I'm getting tired over here.
It's okay. He's young. He has a lot of energy out there. He'll make it.
Well, he definitely had to spoil the pitch. Otherwise, the steal to third doesn't mean as much if it's 2 outs.
Hit on the ground, it will get him to third, but it will also cause a second out.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is still a productive out though, because now a pass ball or a wild pitch could get you a run. But with 2 outs, it's a lot harder.
You know, Alec, I think at the high school level, I might have a little bit more to say about that. But being at the college level, the chance of a pass ball or a wild pitch goes down tremendously, and I think having a runner at third with 2 outs is completely different than having a runner at third with 2 outs at the high school level.
I agree. Stranger things have happened.
I was about to say, you took the words right out of my mouth there.
Absolutely. So here's Brian Sanjuro. His 7th bat of the game.
What about a suicide squeeze? I'm going out on a limb here.
He's swinging a miss. 0-2.
Well, the only way a suicide squeeze works is if you have less than 2 outs, right?
Unless you trust the batter to beat out the throw.
Right, exactly. Try to bunt for a hit, but at a position where the defense is not expecting it.
Right, from your number 4 hit.
Hey, it's still an RBI if he scores the run.
At the high school level, we did see one of those, a suicide squeeze in the bottom of the 8th inning to win a game.
You know, it's almost like we've done too many high school games. It's like all of our games are running into each other now, trying to remember where we've been and what teams we've done and how many innings they went, and we've had so many extra inning games.
Yeah, we have a great gift of picking out and getting a lot of great games.
Night games flowing into early afternoon starts, as of yesterday and today.
Well, it actually goes even further than that, Laszlo, because tomorrow's AUBL Miami playoff game gets even earlier because the game starts at 10. We will have an 8 o'clock shift meeting here.
Baseball for breakfast.
At Miami Christian.
I prefer food.
West End Nationals facing the Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
That pitch looked very similar to one from a couple innings back, but for whatever reason, he changed his mind on this one and called that one a strike.
Sharks cannot cash in. We go to the top of the 5th inning. No score here at Miami-Dade College. You are watching the South Florida Broadcast Network.
correct?
Yeah, thanks.
No.
Yeah. My emergency pen.
Gotcha.
Emilio, put up the batting stats for both teams so we can take a look at what we were discussing before.
Yeah. Had a few strikeouts. Scored a couple of runs.
That's good, man. That's cool. Play side? Play side?
You know, Justin, one player we're not seeing today that we
What position is he
expected
playing?
was Mason Doolittle.
Starting pitcher, third base, catches sometimes.
Doolittle tied for the lead in home runs on this Panthers squad coming in from Palm Beach State and has not seen
Good to know that he
any
loves the
action
game.
today.
Oh, he loves it. I mean, it's just
Let's hope he's okay.
as long as he has fun.
That's awesome.
Well, there we have it. Steve Hertz, of course, the fountain of information he is. I should have asked Steve before I said that.
It is me.
Yeah, we're on a broadcast right now. There's sound on that.
Jeffrey Encarnacion will lead off, top of the fifth here for the Panthers.
Pitch misses high and outside. This one is chopped to second. First baseman coming over to play it. Got him.
Ferraro, it's a great job.
Easy play either.
Definitely not an easy play there, Steve. Just great job by the pitcher again. He's done a very good job fielding his position today.
Sure did.
And David Munoz at the plate.
Steve, yesterday we're at Westminster Academy for
Hold on
the
a
high
minute.
school game.
Why is he hitting lefty, Justin?
Because he can.
No, we have not
What
seen
happened?
David Munoz hit left-handed. We have never seen him hit left-handed. And he also did not hit left-handed in his first
That
at-bat.
one's way outside.
His first at-bat, he hit right-handed. If you remember, he grounded to Rafi, and Rafi ended up making a high throw. And he rolled that one over to shortstop from a right-handed position. Why would he go to a left-handed position now?
Not sure, but that's what's going on right here. Pops that
It's
one
not a
back.
bad swing.
So Steve, yesterday at the Westminster Academy field, it was our first time broadcasting, and they actually had the ivy in the outfield, which is
This is the one here in Miami.
in Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah. So it got me thinking about Wrigley Field, obviously, because of the ivy, and one of my all-time favorite announcers, Harry Carey.
What's better than that?
Right? He was just amazing with the Cubs announcing.
was
Who's
good.
your favorite announcer of all time as far as baseball goes?
There's been so many good ones. Oh. I would say Vince Scully. Like listen to him.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Just one great storyteller is Vince Scully.
Munoz chops to third. He will not be able to make that throw in time.
Tough play. Tough play.
Even though baseball was not his number one, I'm going to say Howard Cosell.
For sure.
And Cosell did some major baseball moments.
He did, but you had to like Howard Cosell in a certain way.
There are no indifferent people to Howard Cosell. You either absolutely loved him or absolutely
Well,
despised
all I
him.
remember is watching the games and turning the sound off.
All right, we know where Steve Hertz
Right.
lies.
I'll tell you who was good too. Really good. Both of them. I'm thinking the two guys
The
right
middle.
now.
This is going to be a hard play off his chest. Did he get him? Yes, he did. Oh, look at that.
And he caught it barehanded too, guys.
Guys, you know what? That's going to go 6-4 to 6.
Wow.
Pretty
That's a
awesome.
rare combination.
He only caught himself.
To me, one of the funniest guys and fun to listen to was Bob Euchre.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, especially if you watch Major League.
Oh, he was fabulous.
How about the scooter? Rizzuto.
Yeah, he, in my opinion, he was okay, but I like Joe Garagiola.
Yeah. Catcher.
Catcher.
Yeah, Bobby definitely made it fun.
Euchre was fun because he was very sarcastic in a lot of ways.
Oh, sure.
You know, the pitch would be 2 feet outside, just a tad outside.
He's still doing it at a high level, guys. He's still as fun as ever.
Ray Sanchez again. Very well.
Alec, I don't want to be the one to tell you.
I'm thinking the same thing.
Bob Euchre's been not with us for quite some time. God rest his soul.
I met the Mark Brewer's announcer now. That was my bad.
Who is that announcer now?
I can't remember, but he does a good job. Kind of sounds like that same Milwaukee voice, though.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, I know Bob Euchre.
Midwest voice.
Yeah, not Midwest voice.
Yes, yes.
He called that Christian Yelich home run. That was pretty spot on.
Big swing and miss at the high fastball. There are 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. There is still no score. Our broadcasting booth getting carried away here and forgetting about the game at hand. And part of the charm of our broadcast.
That's what you gotta love about the game of baseball, that you can just let it ride sometimes.
That's also what happens when you have a 5-man booth. You never know when a baseball conversation is going to break out. Athletic director Anthony Fiorenza is here. Maybe we can get athletic director Anthony Fiorenza on the microphone today.
Well, you got to call him over. He
It's
might
gonna-
do
It's going
that.
to have to be you that asks him, though, because he's saying no to me. Maybe he doesn't
Already?
say no to you.
I'm not going to turn around and ask him. What do you guys think of the best call in the last 50 years
I
from an
was
announcer?
just about, I don't know, we're on the same wavelength there, Steve. Bobby Thompson's home run for me, by far. But
That's
I'm a
number
Giants
one.
fan, so
That's
I'm
number
biased.
one. I agree with you.
I think for baseball fans, that'll resonate forever. It'll
sure.
be passed down from generation to generation.
Lasted a long time. How about Kirk Gibson's home run?
Oh,
It's got to be top 5.
You know,
It's
you have
gold.
goosebumps when you think about those type of hits.
I'll show my age. I'll show my age here to say that I love the 1997 World Series.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking about that also. That was a walk-off hit.
But look at where he was playing. Look at where Alisea was playing on the outfield grass, and he got him. Wow.
Even better pickup at first base.
Yeah, really was.
That'll do it. No runs in the inning. We are still scoreless here at Miami-Dade College. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 0-0. You are watching South Florida Broadcast Network, and today's game is the final game of the regular season. And we are so glad to be here to bring it to you, folks. We hope Candy Long is watching today.
I'm going to bet she is.
Well, I haven't, usually Candy is active on the text line. That's why I'm asking, because we have not gotten any text from Candy just yet. So, Candy, if you are watching, drop us a line. Let us know that you're watching.
We're halfway through this baseball game now, guys, and nothing doing on the scoreboard so far.
Pitching dominated fair here today.
Alec, how long do you think these both pitchers will last before, I guess, the managers start thinking about going to the bullpen?
Well, let me tell you something, lad. It all depends on how many pitches they end up throwing, probably. But as right now, Figueroa probably has a lot more pitches right now than Palm Beach's pitcher. So right now, for Palm Palm Beach. He might go the distance depending on how many runs they get in this game.
Well, it's the last game of the season, so I don't believe
I
there's
don't
a pitch
think
count
so.
situation.
No, there's not, but I think they want to pitch, I think, 2 more guys today.
Well, the last time Miami had an opportunity, they actually put some players on the bases. So let's see if they can bring them around and score.
Yeah, remember we had a situation where we had the runner straight in at third last inning. So let's see what the Sharks can do here.
He is to try to get another runner on bases. That was the only runner that the Sharks have had today. That was Luis Guerrero.
Just scoring a run would be huge as well, because that could open the floodgates for either team.
Absolutely. Here's Rafi Almanzar. Almanzar flew out to center field back in the second inning.
Okay, we were talking about a little bit of the 97 World Series a little while ago, and one of the favorite stories of the year is how Craig Counsell was, they called him the chicken, and then the chicken runs at midnight, and that's exactly when Edgar Renteria hit that walk-off hit.
There's a nice ball, hits to center field, going back, and it's going to be over his head. Rafi on his way to second base.
Standing double.
It's going to be a leadoff double. Great position. The Sharks coming on strong here. Rafi Almanzar.
And that's exactly when Edgar Renteria hit that walk-off hit.
There's a nice ball, hits. Michael Alisea coming to bat.
Jay, but right now,
Here's the replay.
Jay, right now, are you telling Michael Alisea to hit it to the right side? Is that what you're doing right now?
No, Michael Alisea leads everybody in doubles, and I want him to hit another one.
He can hit it wherever he wants. As long as it's a double.
Yeah, the only motion I'm making at third base right now, if I'm the coach, is the 2 hands right on top of each other. Hit the ball. 2 fists banging each other up and down. And he is bunting. What a nice bunt! And he'll make it. He gets the third.
That's the solid baseball play right there. Move that runner to third with less than 2 outs, and there's an RBI opportunity here.
Yeah, I was definitely expecting to swing the bat, but that ball also worked too. Like, they just need to score a run, and that can help win this game.
Especially in this game with both teams at 0-2-1 right now on the scoreboard.
Well, Palm Beach is not taking any chances here, guys. They have the infield in.
Suhel Arias.
Your mics are off.
That one's in for a strike. We are in the bottom of the 5th inning. No score, 1 on, 1 out. Runner at third here for Suhel Arias, the third baseman for the Sharks.
And he hits it on the ground right to third base. Oh boy, that's unfortunate, guys. That was the only thing that could have hurt us there with the infield in. And now 2 outs in the inning. Makes me want Alisea back up to hit again to see if we could.
Well, it's Nico Martinez.
Maybe a little too anxious on that one. I would have liked to see him take a look at a few more pitches before he swings it.
Nico's due to drive one. Haven't seen a long drive in a while.
Well, maybe this will be his time.
Let's
as
find
the Sharks
out.
could certainly use it right now. Lays off of that one. Count 1-0.
You know, as much as I hate to say it, Ceballos has been very impressive today, guys.
Absolutely, absolutely. And what I like about he's pitching hard into the right-handers, not afraid to throw inside, and has mixed up great off-speed stuff like that one right there.
Including this, he's 2 over the minimum. Including Nico Martinez right now.
Ceballos doing a great job changing his cadence as well, guys. He just changed his cadence on this one. He actually threw a first pitch fastball.
Yeah, you want to keep him off balance, and he definitely, the batter was off balance on that last one.
There's that curveball.
That's in for a strike.
Very surprised Nico just looked at that one. He must have been expecting fastball.
Well, I think Ceballos may be thinking, I'm not going to let him beat me with a fastball.
1-2 the count now to Martinez.
He got a piece of that one. This could be trouble, and it is. Oh, he comes in to make the catch. I can't believe he was playing him that far in.
Was that a changeup, guys? Could you
And
tell?
that will do it.
It looked like a changeup to me.
I think it might have been a 12-6 curveball.
No, no. No.
Nico Martinez makes the third out. And Miami-Dade unable to put any runs up on the board. We go.
It was a good job by Ceballos.
We go to the top of the 6th. Still no score here at Miami-Dade College.
Does Jay have a card? Oh, that's maybe it's okay.
Thank you. Sure.
Hey, Justin, is it too early to say we're going to extra innings?
Yeah, I think it is. I think we got to the 8th inning before we could say that. We're only headed to the top of the 6th. Still may see some scoring here. And again, as the coach said, they're probably going to make some changes here at pitching, as these teams both want to look at some of their other pitchers today. This is the final regular season game for the Sharks.
I don't think so.
So Figueroa in for his 6th inning of work, coincided with his jersey number. We'll see if this is possibly his last inning today.
Steve, in a pitcher's duel like this, take us into the mind of a pitcher right now. Would you be going through the same type of deliveries as you were in the first few innings, or would you want to change things up to keep the batters off
The fact
balance?
that he throws from so many different angles, I don't think he can change anything. If he can remember what he got certain guys out on, maybe he's going in and looking at that, I don't know. But that's all you can do. You can't, I don't think when you go 6 innings, you can come up with something different, I don't think.
Good point.
By the way, guys, we didn't mean to kill off Bob Uecker. It was his son that passed away, guys. He's still around. Kicking.
Okay.
I promise you.
There you go, Jay. Bob Uecker apparently still around.
It's his son that passed away.
Really? I didn't know that. Really?
So Ricky Neiman is 3rd at bat. 2 strikeouts, 2 swinging strikeouts on the day.
He just did a broadcast recently.
And he's still the player of playing.
I promise you, I didn't kill Bob Uecker.
That one's in the dirt and gets past, but no runners on.
Hitters count here at 2-1, Justin.
Absolutely.
You just didn't kill him, man. I didn't kill him.
You think he's got the green light from the manager or the hitting coach?
I think he does.
So you're making me embarrassed. Good job.
He has the green light to swing away.
Oh.
And you called
Tip
it.
it. 2-2 the count now to Neiman.
He did get fooled, though. Looks like he just barely tipped it. It was a foul tip at the plate.
There you go, Jay. The discrepancy is over, apparently. Bob Uecker is still with us.
Seems like it.
Where has he been?
In Milwaukee,
Still play-by-play.
No, the only seat he got is behind the
I don't know about that.
Look at Wiki.
That one hitting the right side.
For a hit.
No, no.
Oh, good
Look at
play.
Alisea! Oh, he got him!
Wow,
Wow!
that was such a tremendous play. I think it would make the ESPN highlights, like, for real. Absolutely. Tremendous throw. He didn't have more than a split second.
I can't think of too many people that make that play. I mean, there are some major league teams that don't make that play.
Yeah, I know Starlin Castro would have made that play.
For sure. Look at his footwork and the way he got rid of that baseball.
Tell him you don't believe it.
I promise you, I didn't kill off Bob Uecker.
This is Gabriel Martinez. Martinez 0 for 2 on the day, but he did fly out to right field back in the second. Oh,
Beautiful curveball, and that should have been called a strike. I'm not sure why that pitch was not called a strike. Figueroa agrees with me.
The batter stood right on top of the plate, and I think sometimes when the umpires make those calls, it's a little difficult if the batter's right on top of it. It's almost like they want it to be called a ball.
Well, I didn't like it.
Although as a batter, you leave yourself open to getting hit.
That's a pencil fumble.
That's a fumble. Can I get that pencil from there?
Got me so flustered, I lost my pencil.
That was not the end game.
I'll say that's an error, Jay.
The pitch? Ooh.
Missed. Just missed.
Looked pretty good from here. You know, those drops, maybe that threw off the umpire a little bit. Sometimes that happens.
2-2 the count now to Martinez.
I think if you're at Palm Beach State, you're willing to do just about anything to get on base here.
I got him.
Waved at that one. The ball got away, but the batter abandoned his position.
Yeah, looks like the batter gave up on it before he should have. Probably wouldn't have made it anyway, but true.
You know, Coach Price would have been fuming if one of our players did that.
He'd be in the stands now in his clothes.
So Marinez goes down swinging, and now we'll have Andrew Martinez, the left fielder, coming to the plate.
That's the other Martinez we had in our group today. Nico for the Sharks.
Big swing and a miss from Martinez.
Figueroa continuing his dominance. How far is Figueroa going to go today, guys? We have not seen any Miami pitchers go more than 6 or 7 innings this whole season.
Yeah, I think this might be his last inning, guys. Especially want to get a couple more guys some pitches.
Exactly right.
Pretty pitch.
He offered at it. Let's see.
No, he says no. He didn't swing. It's going to be a called strike. And even Nico Martinez asked where it was.
From our vantage point, it definitely looked like the wrist broke the bat.
Even one of the fans just told him that's a strike.
And we're not even having the best angle for it.
Big swing and a miss at that pitch in the dirt. That's a wipeout slider right there.
He's on top now, 1-2.
Tremendous rotation on that pitch. That ball was diving down, started a little above the knees and ended up in the dirt.
Definitely aiming for a strikeout here. Here's the pitch.
Hits it short. There's Rafi, backhanded it up and over, and he got him. That'll do it. We are 5.5 in the books. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Still no score here at Miami-Dade College. You are watching South Florida Broadcast Network. And we have a very crowded broadcast booth here today.
So yesterday, when it was 0-0 Westminster Academy, I made the comment with some humor that the first run to score will win. Maybe I'll do that right now. And that's when the next inning came up and 4 runs were scored by the Lions.
See what happens. Good time to put that in.
Yeah, I think Jason no-hitter, so you might as well try it out. Right?
Well, I think also we were saying in the sense that maybe it might be a 1-0 game, and we were surprised that they were able to put up 4 runs and then 4 runs again.
Absolutely strong pitching and good defense yesterday, right before that big inning by the Lions.
Well, sometimes what we've said in games here at Miami-Dade, and we've done a number of games here, is the first pitcher to exit the game will lose the game. Is a lot of times what we have found here when we see a pitcher's duel going on. And, most of the games that we've had here, the pitching has been very, very good on both sides.
Both of these starters are going to go 6 innings, apparently, Jay. A minimum of 6 innings each.
Well, I can almost guarantee you we're going to see Eloy Sanchez and Revolta, because we've seen both of them in almost every broadcast we've done.
Who's the one with 20-something appearances, Jay? One of the Sharks has been in a whole ton of games.
And I must say, as the game has progressed, Miami-Dade has gotten more confident at the bat. Last inning, they started out with a double with nobody out, but unfortunately couldn't get them to come around and score.
Well, the thing about the Sharks, if you go down their roster, you've got Figueroa in the game right now has appeared in 16 games. You've got Eloy Sanchez, 19 games. Danny Vasquez, 14 games. Blake Baker, 17 games. Joseph Sanchez, 14 games.
Swing and a miss for strike one.
Colin Kiernan, 15 games. And Orlando Revolta, the closer, 22 games.
There it is, so we should see Revolta for sure today.
Henry Ogando Martinez, 16 games.
And that's fouled past left field line for 0-2 count. Now he's got to protect.
I actually like the aggressiveness that he's coming out in this at bat. You need to make some plays here with the bat early in the count because Ceballos has just been on fire early in the count in this game.
Our favorite number 9 hitter up right now,
Chris Borer.
Well, that time they just swung just a swing.
Disappointed with that.
That time they didn't really have a plan there, guys.
Yeah, that's the one you want to lay off of at 0-2 for sure.
Back to the top with Luis Guerrero. Guerrero 1 for 2 on the day, had a single back in the 4th.
I do agree about the aggressiveness, though. Normally, especially when a pitcher is this dominant, he'll want to put the first pitch through for a strike. So as a hitter, your best opportunity most of the time will be on the first pitch.
Just missed with that one, count 1-0 now.
Hey, Coach, stay there. How you doing? Where you been hiding? I've been around.
Just missed the corner with that one, count 2-0 now. Guerrero, one of only 2 hits for the Sharks so far today. Slammed to third, that is fair.
Guerrero on his way to second base. The ball still hasn't been gotten, and he'll get there easily with a double.
Sharks so far today.
They might use me as a mascot.
Laz again, maybe having a positive jinx out here for us guys.
I agree with Laz. I think that was a single and an error on the.
Yeah, that was an error by third base.
Even the third baseman,
You got to make that play.
gesture that he was upset with himself. He should have made that play.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't have gotten the out at first, but at least he wouldn't be at second right now.
Jose Bach. Bach with a shot off the pitcher's mound.
Look at that!
Wow.
Oh
Play
boy,
will be made.
what a tough break!
Sure was.
What a great play by the shortstop to read that play off the mound though and make a great throw. But here we go again with this 2 outs and a runner at third again.
The shortstop made a tremendous play, as Alec had commented, as he had to pivot, go back the other way, and then have a strong enough throw to first to get the runner.
So it'll be Matt Stevens again in the catbird seat, this time 2 outs with a runner at third in the form of Guerrero.
Gotta think up the middle like the previous batter did as well though, because that's where you want to take advantage.
Oh, it's fouled back at us.
Guys, we do have activity in the bullpen right now.
Looks like 22.
Looks like number 22 is
Yeah.
warming up in the Miami-Dade.
Laszlo sees him there too. Looks like Blake Baker is
He
warming
swung
up.
at that curveball almost as an afterthought.
Yeah,
Like to see
little
Stevens
late
a
on that.
little more committed to his swing.
0-2 the count now. 2 outs, 1 on.
Pounds that one into the ground. Is it going to be fair? Yes, it
It
is.
is.
Oh, it looked foul from our vantage point. But the Palm Beach State crowd getting loud here. That will do it. You can hear Coach Price imploring his players saying, let's go, let's go.
The batter was forced to protect with the 0-2 count. He really didn't want to swing, but he kind of had to. And unfortunately, it went right over first base. Great play by the
Billy.
first baseman. Step on the bag.
Billy, where are you going?
Billy Abrams in our booth now. Always nice to see Billy.
Always nice to see the South Florida baseball
Broadcast network, yeah. The whole crew.
Jay, we'll do this sign next year. It's only going to be up for 1 year. Cool?
Whatever it is.
Billy nice enough to help us put a banner up here at Miami-Dade
So the
College.
pitching change has been made, Jay. And we now have Blake Baker in.
You got to go to work.
Where?
Weston. Manny's got me going to Weston.
We haven't seen you on the road at all.
I'll be in Lakewood.
What about tomorrow?
Tomorrow I'm at 10 o'clock. Big Alligator. Walker Park.
Doing GMAC again? The GMAC.
If you're in my league, it's not going to be at Walker or Alex Fernandez.
It's somewhere else.
All we have is Miami Christian and Coral Park tomorrow. It's a playoff.
I guess it's canceled.
Is what?
I guess I don't have a game.
We have just four playoff games. 2 at Miami Christian and 2 at Coral Park tomorrow.
Maybe Coral Park. I don't know. All right, take care.
See you, Bill.
I'll call you later.
Blake Baker taking his warm-up tosses here.
Jay, who does Carl Park play?
It's just at the school. It's for his league.
At Carl
It's
Park?
at the school, yeah, but it's for his league, his playoffs for AUBL. No, it's the playoffs for his league. A couple of games are being played at Coral Park.
Do you know if they're in the GMAC?
That I don't know. Because the kids are still playing a few games. I'm not sure. Coral Park is making it.
So new pitcher for Miami-Dade here, Justin.
Yeah.
Let's see if he can keep the door shut on the Palm Beach State side.
Well, we have seen Baker several times this season.
I think Justin Baker's appeared in every game we've done, whether he started or relieved.
Does show up quite a bit. They're ready to go, so. Reed Zitzelberg going to lead off for the Panthers here in the top of the 7th inning. Score still 0-0. And very few hits on the game, as this has been a pitching battle so far. Blake Baker, the new pitcher for the Sharks. His first offering, ooh, big swing and a miss. Could not catch that one.
93 on his first pitch, guys.
Zitzelberg going to reset both gloves after that swing.
It looks like the batter was definitely thinking fastball, but he couldn't catch up to it. It was a great spot on the inside corner.
The 0-1 dropped, and I believe he called that a ball.
He did?
Yes, he did. Couldn't quite tell. He was able to make a movement.
Change it.
Well, you know, the great thing about Baker coming in after Figueroa is he has a completely different pitching style, a completely different arm slot. Everything Baker does is completely different from Figueroa. It's going to take them another couple innings just to get used to what Baker's doing. And there's that curveball. You can see how he dropped it in on the inside corner.
That was one of your perfect standard curveballs there, guys. Great break on it.
You know, one of the things about Baker that makes him so tough is he's so deceptive. Everything is all elbows and arms and knees coming at you, and it's so hard to pick up the baseball. Take a good look at it.
Yeah, definitely has one of the more interesting windups. Covers a lot of ground with it.
Sadly, we have not heard from Kenny Long today. Maybe Linda Price can text her.
Full count now at 3 balls, 2 strikes. Batter's done a good job of being patient.
Text Candy and see if she's watching.
They'll definitely take a walk at this point.
Anything to get on base.
Yeah, anything to get some base runners going.
Yeah, that's exactly what they get. That 93-mile-per-hour fastball just below the knees.
As it turns out, I was kidding, but it looks like Linda Price is going to text Candy Long to find out where she is and why she's not participating in our program today. We are so accustomed to Candy's input that we're
She actually going one step further.
We're just
making a phone call.
We're just not right without her.
Tyler L back at the plate. 0 for 2 on the day.
You know he's due for one.
Shows bunt, pulls it back.
It'll be interesting to see if Palm Beach State puts on some kind of running at first base or possibly a hit and run, try to steal. You don't want to make the first out at second base, of course, but if you have a really good opportunity, you got to take advantage of it.
Well, if Baker's not going to find the strike zone, they probably won't even try to swing the bat.
That is very true.
No, you're right, lad, because Zetzelberg is one of the leading stolen base players on Palm Beach. So I would not put it past them to put a play on, not just as a bunt, but also as a stolen base, and maybe pull the bat back.
Yeah, Baker does have a little bit of a longer stretch release as well there, Justin and Jay. Doesn't seem like he has a quickest move to the plate.
And of course, being a right-handed pitcher, he's not able to see the runner as he takes off once he delivers the baseball.
Nice pitch at the knees.
That one coming in at 92. He's very good arm that Baker has out there.
Suhel Arias is very, very close to Kyle Arel, excuse me. Now he's pulled back a few steps. Curveball missed inside. And now this is going to get interesting. We've got a 2-2 count, no outs. Reed Zetzelberg at first base.
The batter tentatively squared a bunt, pulled it right back, but I don't see him trying to bunt here with 2 strikes.
Kyle Arel now in a position where
count.
the coach is giving him the bunt sign. Look, you know, you're in a 0-0 game in the top of the 7th inning, and got to put a run on the board.
But again, if Baker can't find that strike zone, guys, it won't even be an issue for them. They could just keep taking pitchers and getting walks.
If you're really confident in your batter being able to bunt to 100%, then I say it's a good move.
It is, but always risky with 2 strikes.
Big pitch.
This is the biggest pitch of the game so far. And he gets it down, but it's foul, and he is out. It'll go as a strikeout. Beautiful pitch from Baker.
Great job by Baker to throw it in the strike zone and making him bunt it. And it worked out to perfection for the Sharks.
Yeah, that is the big risk you're running. If you don't get the full baseball onto the bat, it's fouled straight back and out, and there you go. Palm Beach State, they had a good opportunity now. It's on the wayside. But they do still have the runner at first, of course. Big difference with 0 or 1 out.
So Jeffrey Encarnacion back at the plate, 0 for 2 on the day.
Snap throw back in time.
But has made some stellar defensive plays over at second base.
Yes, ranging to his left and his right. Made some great plays.
Both second basemen have been on fire today. Michael Alcé has made several plays for the Sharks as well. There's Blake Baker right at the knees and in for a ball.
Yeah, definitely looked like a strike. Definitely crossed the front of the plate.
Well, he could always use the old "I had dirt in my eye." I've heard that one from an umpire before.
you had dirt in your eye, you should just call it a strike then.
I would say the more likelihood of a steal is higher now that they did have an out.
There he goes.
Trying to
Oh,
get
That
that
one
runner
hits
in
the
a
left
scoring
field.
position.
Wow. Oh, and a nice catch.
Nice catch.
In
the
the
bullpen.
bullpen. It looked like Jesus Loy Sanchez. Boy, that's a tough play to make in the bullpen.
While in the middle of pitching, he just decided, you know, I'm going to snag a fly ball.
Very athletic play out there.
Double barrel action in the Sharks bullpen. And that is Revolta, number 34, warming up, Justin, as you had said earlier. And we would see him, and looks like we will.
Baker can't find the strike zone here.
Oh,
that
ripped
is
to right field.
field.
That's going to get down for a hit. So now, this is going to be a little bit of trouble for the Sharks. It's only 1 out, 2 on now.
Well, the old adage, as Jay said, whoever's going to be the first pitcher to come out of the game, that might be the way this game ends up changing.
Oh, don't blame me for this one, Al. Keep me out of your mess.
This guy just scares us.
See how this one goes.
As the number 9, David Munoz.
You guys are
This is like a triple scare right here, Justin. You've got a past massive winning the game home run in high school. You've got a shin guard, and as the number 9 hitter. That's a triple threat right there.
Indeed.
Yeah, number 9 hitters have been famous here on South Florida Broadcast Network broadcasts.
I would pull the intentional walk right now.
Already, Munoz has been on base twice.
Yes, he has.
And how about this? He's hitting right-handed against the right-handed pitcher.
Yeah,
After hitting lefty
lefty.
against the lefty.
Yeah.
Right.
Very
Somebody explain this to me.
We have to look at his numbers as,
He's
as a righty lefty.
he's very
I've
dyslexic.
never seen him hit left-handed until today.
Yeah, I wouldn't switch to him right now. I'd set up the double play all across the
Well,
board.
I have a theory on this, guys. Baker right at the knees and in for a strike. My theory is he was John on the bench with one of his friends, players, said, you know what? I bet you I can hit better lefty than you hit righty. Say, all right, prove it.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Either that or he is dyslexic.
That might work as well.
There's the curveball and another beautiful
Ball.
Let's go, Blue!
pitch.
Another missed.
Maybe he had dirt in his eye again.
2-1 the count now.
The only explanation I can see is that it somehow went under his knees, but I don't know what he's seeing there.
That was a nice pitch, and again, right in the Fox K zone.
2-1, this is definitely a hitter's count here.
We'd like to think we do.
That one is a strike, which didn't look as nice as
It's all up
the
here,
pitch
bro.
we just saw. Maybe a makeup pitch.
Maybe.
So the count 2-2 with 1 out.
Nico
Zitzelberg
Martinez had something to say to Munoz there.
Monster pitch right now.
Zitzelberg at second, Encarnacion at first.
Great job by Baker making sure there's no play going on here. Seeing there wasn't a hit and run or anything like that.
Definitely.
Would not be surprised if a double steal attempt is tried here on a hit and run. Especially if this account goes full.
Palm Beach State's got to be as aggressive as possible to get something across.
He got him.
Beautiful pitch.
Got him.
And sorry if anyone picked that up on the microphones. He
Yeah.
yelling indiscriminate stuff out there.
He was a little upset with himself.
Great pitch by Baker to get out of that little
Yeah, it looks like
jam.
we're gonna have a
There's still
change.
one more jam to go.
We're going to have a change.
Definitely did. And proved me wrong. 2 outs now. So, Steve, what do you think the conversation is going on right now with the coaching staff and Miami-Dade? They definitely don't want to give up a hit, but I guess they're going through and seeing what they're
doing is bringing in Beloy, the left-hander.
There you go.
But when he's on, he's very good. He's got a late breaking slider. Fastball keeps you honest. I don't see too many changes.
Oh, Sandy showed up.
Looks like he's coming in for a lefty.
That's what it looks like, yeah.
All right.
He may pinch hit for him.
I got breaking news here, guys. More important than the game. Hey, guys, didn't know you were broadcasting. You have an echo on audio. Tell Hertz I have a place for him to stay for state.
Okay. So this is Beloy Sanchez.
You're not grandparent.
Now at the plate. Or now pitching, sorry. He will take over for Blake Baker.
I'm not ready. I don't care about anything.
There's a big hold opportunity for the new pitcher coming in from Miami-Dade.
Is that Beloy Sanchez?
Yes, it is.
So obviously, Baker was removed for strategical purposes and not because of his own performance after striking out Munoz. Beloy Sanchez coming in to face the difficult left-handed hitting Clodida. And Clodida already with a double today.
But you got to play the percentages as a manager. Whatever you feel is in the best position on the team. And I think they're doing that right now.
Folks, we are in the top of the 8th inning. Excuse me, the top of the 7th inning with 2 outs, runners at first and second. All right, here we go, folks. Lefty on lefty matchup. It's going to be Jesus Beloy Sanchez against Jizjar Clodida.
Actually, I had a discussion yesterday. I went to see Avengers. Disney's for kids. I'm not child anymore. I like Universal better.
Big swing at the off speed.
Nice pitch.
That is exactly the start that we needed from Beloy Sanchez.
Gotta love the lefty on lefty matchup.
Yeah, and judging by his warm-up pitches, he definitely has a lot of movement, especially on the breaking ball, as we just witnessed.
He's been very effective in every broadcast we've done, and I believe he's appeared in every one of them. That one keeps foul.
You gotta love not many moving parts either, Jay, while he pitches. Just kind of grabs it and goes.
He does move quickly. The question is whether Ceballos is going to be coming out for the 7th inning for the Panthers.
Haven't seen any action in the bullpen. So maybe not.
Let's see if he tries to waste one here.
He does. Tried to make him chase in the dirt on that wipeout curveball. Could not get a taker there from Clodida.
Great pitch though. Make him think down right now. Maybe throw a fastball up now. Try to get him out.
Clodida has a 419 on base percentage, so he does not strike out
Let's see.
all that much.
Steve called it. Slider away. Let's see.
Yeah.
Well, the catcher's got the
Snap,
Setup was
throw, no. Fake throw to second base.
You know, people think many times there's only one pitch they can get you, but many times there's 2 and sometimes 3.
Definitely.
Oh, 1 and
Depends
2.
on, you know, who you're pitching to as well, Steve.
1 and 2. 2 on, 2 out here in the top of the 7th. Time's called. Missed. 2-2 the count now.
That was a meaningless pitch.
Twos are wild.
Almost.
Floated a very high average this season, hitting 360. He's basically everything you want out of a leadoff hitter. He's got speed, he's got power. He's tied for the lead in home runs this season on this Panthers team with 3. And he's hit that one well, but right at Stevens, and that will do it. Miami-Dade gets out of another jam. Still no score. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. You are watching South Florida Broadcast Network. And today is the final game of the regular season for Miami-Dade College. We have a loaded broadcast booth.
See if Jay wants it.
Florida, I said tied for the lead. I should have said tied for second on the team as Ray Sanchez snuck in with 7 home runs. That leads the team.
Probably know her, but she's big in the arts. She does all the plays. Thank you. She's all assistant person. She might be the president. She might be the president next year.
We're being told by one of the fans that
change.
the pitcher, Ceballos, his father pitched for Miami-Dade, and his father played second base for Miami-Dade and also played for Coach Price at FIU. So a couple connections here to be made today.
I think they're the only two in the
Ceballos still on the mound here in the 7th inning.
Just taking first and second place. There's no playoff. No, there's a playoff. You don't know who it would be. If there's a playoff, then it's not supposed to win the playoff. Right. They're going to be second. Right.
Michael, yeah, I know you Michael went to.
For this time? They have a playoff. 2, 3, 4. It could be playoff.
Steve Hertz once again winning friends and influencing people with his awesome black and white cookies.
It's like Brother Kevin.
And that one ripped down the line and foul.
What a character.
So here we go, folks. Ryan Sanjuro playing first base today. Leads off the bottom of the 7th inning.
Not everybody.
No scoring, unfortunately.
Yeah, Justin
Ceballos still on the mound.
Justin, who's going to blink first here?
Oh,
A
that's gonna
diving
get down.
attempt, but
Columbus,
Sanjuro
Minister,
able to get a base hit. A leadoff
They
hit.
almost won
Big start for the Sharks here.
Oh, that's right. They weren't in the field.
With Ralphie coming to the plate.
Hot Ralphie Almanzar.
Indian River, Broward,
and they were up 14.
Almanzar
Broward.
doubled off Ceballos.
They lost it. Stay right now.
So what? They take 2, 3, 4.
Back in the
It's
5th?
the playoff. Yeah, we used to have every time playoffs like that. No, they won the time.
Did he?
Oh,
Did it hit him?
Mask.
They
Did not.
called it a foul ball. Ceballos.
They lost it. Stay right now.
So what? They take 2, 3, 4. They played. No, they played their own 2-3. Whatever it is. Southern Conference. Everybody's conference chooses a different type of playoff. You can choose a different type of playoff. Yes. I don't know. As far as
Showing bunt here.
As far as I know. I could be wrong. I don't see.
Sanjuro gets back to first.
Yeah, Justin, I thought he had pulled the bat back on that first bunt attempt, but the umpire said no. Rafi
bunt
really
again.
giving himself up here. You can see the third baseman creeping in, and it's a Butcher Boy. Here's the throw to second base. He's
He
going to
is
be
out by 7
out at
feet.
second. Left hanging out to dry as he
Stealing.
tried a delayed steal.
So 1 out, none on now.
It was a
Oh,
nice
boy.
throw by Tally Rell, the second base, right on the money.
Count 1-1 to Rafi Amzar. Oh, just drops it on the outside corner. Ceballos still spot on here. In the top of the seventh, or sorry, bottom of the seventh. He's still firing on all cylinders. And that one's popped up.
Rafi pops
towards
that one
second
up.
Base. Play will be made. So 2 quick outs. The Sharks, and it's Michael Alisson coming back up to the plate.
Should be in the 5th round by now.
No, we have a 5th.
We got a 5th.
What? That's what I believe. Yeah, but if they don't have a playoff system, they're taking
That
the
is
top
smash
man.
Alisson
to center.
rips that one, but right at the center fielder. He makes the catch. That'll do it. No runs. We go to the top of the 8th. Still no score here at Miami-Dade College. You're watching the South Florida Broadcast Network.
So what was that prediction you had earlier, Laszlo? So let's wait till the 8th.
First team to score wins.
Now I think that's a lot more appropriate and a lot more possible, as we are now late in this game.
I don't know what their criteria is.
Manufacturing
For
runs
it
right
could be
now
head to
is at a
head.
premium for both teams.
One team beats the other one.
It is. The pitchers have just
4 times.
been dominant all the
Or
way
it could be a
through.
one-game playoff.
Luis Sanchez will come back out.
Yeah, Ribalta still warming up in the bullpen. They are saving him for the 9th. The question then becomes, if this game remains tied through 9 innings, who will be the pitcher that comes in? Because Ribalta usually only a 1, maybe 2 inning pitcher.
Pensacola,
We saw him pitch 3
Oh,
in
Northwest.
one game.
Yes,
that
he
was
did.
that was an anomaly.
They won it.
But
and,
is it
they
going to be
won it.
Colin Kieran?
yes.
Who's it going
Possibly.
to be?
Well, let's hope it doesn't get to that point, Jay. Let's hope the Sharks put up, 5 in the bottom of the 9th, and we just back up and lead.
For sure.
We may see Henry Ogondo Martinez today.
All right, well, this is the danger, as they say, Jay. As Ray Sanchez is going to lead it off for the Panthers here in the top of the 8th inning.
Still no Texas State. No one. And so did Big Willis.
Sanchez 0 for 3 today. Hitting 275 this season, but as Justin so alertly pointed out, 7 huge home runs. And without a strong wind coming in today, there is that possibility.
That one is going to get down. He's going to make it to first.
So he hits that one hard up the middle, and Ray Sanchez gets a leadoff hit. And here we go again. Is this going to be a bunt situation? Ricky Nyman is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts today.
Thanks.
And here's the meeting. Oh, and here comes
Here he
Ribalta.
goes.
Here comes the
Hard to
big
miss.
right-hander
Hard to miss.
out of Miami Christian
He is a monster.
from right down the road at Miami Christian. Not too many players on this Miami-Dade roster are locals. But Ribalta is a freshman. Played on the
6'7", Jay.
Played on the state championship team, Justin, for Miami Christian last season. Yeah, 6'7", 245. So we may see him playing basketball or football at some point in his life. There are only, looks like 6 players on the entire roster that are from Miami.
Well, no one else left in the bullpen for the Sharks, Jay.
Richard Nunez, Danny Vasquez, Joseph Sanchez, Christopher Bower, and Ribalta are the only players from Miami on this Miami-Dade roster.
Right.
It is a very internationally bred roster. Many players from Puerto Rico, from the Dominican Republic.
Well, the Sharks have more Dominican players than Palm Beach State has homegrown players playing on their team.
Sure.
As there are only 2 that are actually from West Palm. Although Jupiter right around the corner. Stewart, remember we went up to Stewart for media days for HSBN. Weston not far away.
Well, both of these schools have a pretty far reach, an international reach. Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Curacao.
Oh, I hadn't seen Curacao.
And baseball being the international game that it is, and the trends that are moving in that direction, most of the better players that have come into the major leagues have been from the Dominican Republic, so why not? Why not go to the Dominican Republic and grab some 17, 18, 19-year-old players and tell them to come on and play in the U.S.?
Well, I don't know. Based on what we've seen from Clotito, we might want to send some more scouts to Curacao. So here we go, Ricky Neiman. Over
and he is going to bunt.
He
is going to bunt. This is the ultimate in team baseball, having your number 3 hitter bunting. Ricky Neiman this season hitting .254 with 3 home runs, 14 RBIs. He is from Wellington. Oh, and he protected himself with his bat.
Wow.
That ball almost hit him.
Yes, it did.
Good bat work there from Neiman.
I don't think I want to get hit with a ball thrown by a 6'7" guy.
Yeah, I don't know that anybody does.
Revolta towering over everybody here.
By the time the ball comes out of his hand, he's only 40 feet away.
He's already ahead in the count, 0-2 to Neiman.
He is an imposing figure on the mound, Justin. We have seen him in almost every broadcast, and we still can't get over the imposing figure he is on that mound. He looks like he's about 8 feet tall on that mound.
Every time he throws it, I'm scared that a pigeon's going to fly in front.
Randy
That
Johnson.
one misses low and outside.
Randy Johnson reference. Of course, Randy Johnson only 3 inches taller, so it is not that far-fetched.
No, it's not.
That's John Kruk.
1-2 to count.
Good curveball there. You see that fastball coming in at 92 miles an hour. There's no way you're looking for that curveball.
Baseball, the only sport where, animals kind of like mess up with the game.
Absolutely. Pigeons and cats.
Except for that bat in San Antonio that just keeps showing up. Spurs playing at Game 7 in Denver tonight.
Just missed. Almost got away. 2-2 the count now.
Looks like Palm Beach learned from the mistake and not bunting on 2 strikes this time.
Well, at least for that pitch, but doesn't mean, each pitch is a new pitch. And we are playing the infield back. Suhel Arias is deep at third base. Hit on the ground.
Second.
Alisea to second base. Look at the way he did that. Oh my goodness.
Don't
Hit the second base.
We're going to see the replay. And we are playing the infield back. Emilio's going to give us the replay. Alisea ranges to his left, spins around all in one motion, and fires a BB at the legs of Rafael Mansar. Thank goodness Rafi was ready for that one.
Sure was.
Very difficult play. Normally you would get the out at first, but he did a tremendous job.
99 of 100 times you just take that
My
out.
goodness. That is the third
a-
spectacular play Alisea has made
It
today.
is.
That was a big risk.
Him and Encarnacion together.
Well,
Time it paid off.
you know, Steve, maybe it was the time of the game also. Maybe the situation of the game dictated that Alisea do that. Ordinarily, going to his left, don't you think?
Goes bunt. He lays it down right at the pitcher.
He gave an out away. Not sure about
Advance
that
the
one.
runner.
Yeah, with one out, I don't really agree with that bunt there.
I don't see that one.
I don't understand the methodology of that one.
Unless he was bunting for a hit, which he clearly wasn't. But
You know, I don't think he was.
Yeah, that came out of left field. I think he just tried to surprise the pitcher, maybe. That's about the only thing I can think of.
Well, that was Gabriel Marinez.
Yeah, you give up.
Andrew Martinez.
You give up your. That is very odd.
yeah, agreed.
You give up your number 4 hitter with one out and have him bunt.
To put him into scoring position, but we may be proven wrong here. We'll see. Base hit will take this time.
Martinez 0 for 2 with a walk today.
I think they just gave us an out. I mean, they say when you're at the poker table, if you're looking around and you can't tell who the sucker is, it's you. So I'm kind of feeling that way right now. Like, what am I missing?
When everyone's staring at you, you know who it is.
That one's left down and low. 1-1 the count now to Martinez.
Pressure situation here. Ribalta, as he has performed all season in the role of coming on late. We are in the 8th inning. Ribalta, a 2-2 record, 3.90 ERA, 35 strikeouts against 15 walks this season. That one just missed.
Inside.
But let's be honest, guys. I mean, that's basically the same stats we've seen from all of these Miami-Dade pitchers. That 35 and 15 translates to their entire season.
Well, the Sharks with more activity in the bullpen. Although Ribalta now the 4th pitcher for the Sharks today.
First base is open. Doesn't have to give in to him here.
Missed low.
Well, when I said he didn't have to give in to him, I didn't mean throw it in the dirt.
3-1 the count now.
Still don't have to give in to him here. Everything in his arsenal is available right now. Getting very, very quiet here at Miami-Dade College. Here's the pitch. Big swing and a miss at that one.
Full count now. Ribalta needed that pitch and he made it.
Candy Long wants us to get the out and get some runs. Popped up, out of play. More action in the Miami-Dade College bullpen. A right-handed pitcher, might be Colin Kiernan. Pressure filled. Count is full with 2 outs to Martinez. Ribalta didn't like what he saw. gets the sign, looks in. Here's the pitch, and it's hit hard to left field, slicing foul. Here we go again. Full count, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. You can hear Coach Price say cover home. Ribalta was a little late getting to home plate.
No, definitely goes a wild pitch in the books there, guys.
Well, Norman was looking to come home.
Just got away from him, unfortunately. Once in a while that'll happen to a pitcher. Unfortunately for him, it came at the worst possible time with a full count. But still nothing hurts. Runner moves to third and first on the walk.
With 2 outs here, Ribalta will be focused on the hitter, Zitzelberg. 0 for 2 with a walk. Hitting 286 this season with 15 RBIs.
So he came across the state to play for the Panthers.
I doubt the Panthers will risk it, though.
But if you can, try to keep that.
6, 7, 8.
Here is Zitzelberg, 2 on, 2 out. Top of the 8th. Runner goes to
Delay
second.
steal.
No throw. Second and third now.
Remember, Steve Hertz, we're going to hold you to your word on coming to do some high school games with us.
Okay.
I didn't hear any conviction behind that.
That one's pop foul.
If not, we're going to miss you. This is our last broadcast of the season. We don't want it to be our last broadcast of the season together.
I agree.
Count 1 and 2 now. Zitzelberg.
Balda has him right where he wants him here.
He does. Let's see if he can take advantage.
Give him the wipeout slider. Fastball off his foot. Curveball hit into right field.
It's going to get down? No.
No, it is not.
Thankfully.
And that will do it. No runs. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. I can't take it. Still no score here at Miami-Dade College. Panthers and Sharks doing battle. The Sharks trying to drag the Panthers into the deep water. And we go to the bottom of the 8th inning.
velocity for
Something
Ceballos.
seems eerily familiar, guys. I couldn't put my finger on it, and I started getting a deja vu sense. We went to extra innings in our last broadcast, which happened to be against Palm Beach State. So we had this identical situation, except the last time there were more runs scored. But we are once again tied, same as we were in our last broadcast against the same team. Camera 2 is down due to the sun ripping through it today. We will get camera 2 back up as soon as we can.
What have we got about 2:15?
So Ceballos back out for the 8th inning.
3:30?
First pitch in for a strike, and again, he's still throwing that curve, and nobody's swinging at it.
Suhel Arias has grounded out twice today, once to second and once to third. And hits that one hard to center field. But he makes the catch. It was just Jar Florida.
Yeah.
Come on, Nico. Break this up.
Well, Nico coming to bat now. Nico Martinez, as we said earlier, has hit home runs in 2 of the 3 games we have seen him.
Go 2-3.
Linda Price imploring him on. Ooh. Popped up. Hopefully. It's going to be a hard play, and it's going to go out of play. And he flips over. He did not see the bullpen.
We need to send over.
He's okay though.
The left fielder went head over heels.
He's all right.
Or should I say heels over head.
Heels overhead.
That was unbelievable.
Wow.
Andrew Martinez ran full speed into the bullpen.
Imagine if he makes that catch.
Folded like a lawn chair. Wow, that is a scary moment, folks.
It was, but he is A-okay.
Come on, Nico.
Who's that?
Andrew Martinez. We'll give him a 10 on the dive, but only an 8 on the entrance. That one's popped up towards second. Quick work, Jay.
I don't like it.
Quick work here. Chris Borer.
That's now 7 2/3 innings pitch now for Ceballos.
Yeah, Ceballos has been on fire today. He really has.
But the good news is Miami-Dade has matched 0-0 with Ceballos today.
They have.
Figueroa pitched an excellent game, giving way to 3 additional pitchers.
Borer does swing at that first pitch and can't catch up with it.
Jesus Veloy Sanchez have all gotten into this game. So 4 pitchers for Miami-Dade, still just the 1 for Palm Beach Ceballos. We are in the bottom of the East.
That one is cracked over to short.
Tries it on the back.
Scoop it up. He got it.
He's off the bag.
He got it.
And he still got the bag.
I was about to say, how much does Ceballos have left in the tank? And obviously, he still has enough.
Yeah, enough to get through the 8th.
1, 2, 3 inning.
So we don't see any movement going on in the bullpen for the Panthers. Whereas the Sharks could be putting another pitcher out there soon enough. Although Ribalta will come out for his second inning work.
Signs of life from the Miami-Dade bench. Ribalta coming out for more work here. I would say a second inning of work, but he did enter the game mid-inning.
Is Bach out of the game? Did Bach start?
Yeah.
Is he in the game?
Mm-hmm.
For what?
And struck out looking, flew out.
That's why I didn't know.
Yeah, it was just time to done.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's there. So Tollerell going to lead off. Former Shark, current Panther.
Nice.
And that one hit
God,
hard
good
on the left
swing.
field line. He's going to be
Going
in
for
for
two.
a hit. He's going to go for second. He'll get there easily. Cruises into second base. Not the start we want to see.
Steve, you got to try for a strikeout here. What do you think on the next batter?
Strikeouts
possible.
or pop-ups is what you want.
Anything but let him move over to the next base with less than 2 outs.
This will be Encarnacion, who's 1 for 3 with a single on the day.
All right, Candy Long, we need you. Come on, Candy, give us something. Oh, they're saying to put him on. I don't even think they need to tell the catcher to do it. I think they can directly, Steve, just tell the umpire 4.
That's what they did.
So Encarnacion, who did have a hit in his last at-bat, is walked in favor of the number 9 hitter, David Munoz. And unfortunately, guys, Munoz has been all sorts of trouble for us today.
Because they haven't seen what we've seen.
He reached on an error in the 3rd, had an infield single left-handed in the 5th, inexplicably, struck out in the 7th.
Here he comes right-handed.
So an intentional walk for Encarnacion.
Wow. Really looking for a bunt.
A lot of action in the infield. You can see Rafael Monsar in a full sprint from second base to his shortstop position. They are very much expecting a bunt right now, as they should be. Munoz didn't tip his hand, though, so Munoz may be swinging away here.
Swinging at that first pitch, probably do it again. Maybe not.
There goes Rafi.
Just low with that one. Count 1-1 to Munoz.
I think some hitters, you're just better off letting them swing instead of trying to lay down the bunt, especially as good of a hitter as Munoz is.
Exactly. Sometimes you're right on that.
Well, he gave a long look at the dugout for a sign there. which is
away.
big trouble, guys. 2-1 count. We are in the top of the 9th inning. Runners at first and second. There are no outs. And one of our most feared hitters at the plate in David Munoz, who absolutely terrorized all high schoolers last year.
So you're saying triple play right now?
Oh, wouldn't that be something? He walked him.
No, unfortunately,
It's only 3.
we are saying a 3-1
Gotta
count.
have 4.
I saw him taking off. He confused me when he took off.
Well, let's hope that this next pitch doesn't make us wish it was a walk.
At this point, I wouldn't pitch to him at 3-1. Even though it'll load the bases, at least you'll get an out in every bag.
Right. We'd be
for the
taking
double
we'd be
play.
taking 3 or 1.
He walked
Oh
him.
boy. After an intentional walk, they walk Munoz.
And here's Clotida.
And the one person we do not want to see coming to bat, Jizjar Clotida. The bulldozer from Curacao. And now Kevin Long will take a very slow-paced walk to the mound. This may be a Bull Durham type of conversation.
What do you think, Steve? What's the play right here as far as the pitcher goes?
Well, he's telling him he wants one of 3 things: a strikeout, a pop-up, or a hard ground ball if the infield's in, and go to home the first.
There you go.
Hey, it's only 1 out of 3. And they'll be in good shape.
Well, unfortunately, guys, a double play is not good enough right
No,
now.
that's
I
why
don't
you
think
gotta go
trading. I don't think trading 2 outs for a run is a good trade at this point.
No, but as long as you get the runners in scoring position, you'll be fine. So if the catcher happens to get the ball around the plate, step on home or third or first, either way. They'll be golden if that does occur.
Well, the point is that a double play, a standard traditional
Well,
double
that gives
play
them a run.
from
That's why
second
they-
to first
Well, that's why they're playing in. They want to get that guy
will not
home.
do any good.
Of course, his batting average goes up about 100 points for that infield in.
They're gonna need some pixie dust to get out of this one.
Nope.
Big
Way
swinging
outside.
curveball, nowhere near the strike zone.
I don't think he's the type of hitter that'll chase a lot of pitches. But I think that he wanted to get ahead. Unfortunately, now it's 1-0. He definitely has to come back with something in the strike zone.
Clotida's on-base percentage is .419, so he is definitely not the
Slow.
type to chase.
Not good. 2-0 here, Jay.
Clotida
I
has
think you gotta be
15
taking
walks
2-0
this
here.
season.
Oh, for sure.
But you never know.
Talk about a hitter's count to a 2-0.
Yeah,
no,
but
he cannot go 3-0 here. See what happens.
I'm going to close my eyes, guys.
Okay.
Oh, boy. And that one goes foul.
That noise.
well, he was hitting away 2-0.
Usually you tell a pitcher, let him hit it. You know, most things that happen are bad to a hitter. But in this situation, there are too many things that are bad for the fielders. Any ball to the outfield, and we are in trouble. And that one hit up the middle. Alisea comes home. They got the lead runner. Alisea, another great play.
That's why there's one.
But in this situation, there are too many things that are bad for the fielders. Any ball to the outfield, and we are in
Play,
trouble.
But the run didn't score, and that was the first and most important thing to do here.
And that one hit up the middle. Alisea comes home. They got the lead runner. Alisea, another great play. And the runners will all move forward. So Encarnacion now at third, Munoz now at second, and Clotida now at first.
And that will bring up the masher, Ray Sanchez.
Way up high. You know, I got to say, guys, Ribalta has not been as sharp as we have seen in previous outings. You could hear from the Panthers dugout, line drive, go back, that there's only one out. Big swing at the curveball. What a pitch there. That's a pressure pitch.
I think another thing he's doing is he's mixing up his timing between the pitches, which can throw the hitters off as they're waiting for the pitch. It's tough to get a track of a good pitcher that has that ability.
Way outside on the fastball. No chance for Nico to frame that one.
Ribalta, lots of trouble locating the strike zone here.
Another hitter's count at 2-1 here.
Just missed with that one.
3-1.
What are you doing, Justin? You taking here or letting him hit?
I think you gotta let him take.
I absolutely agree, but I thought he'd be taking on a 2-0 pitch. What's the left-handed hitter that the ball to second base?
Yeah, Tolero with his double. It's a big pitch here. No open bases to put anybody. So.
People have different philosophies on this count and situation.
Going to the split screen. Here's a big moment. Popped up. Out of play.
I'm surprised.
I am too. I thought they would have seen if Ribalta wanted to
93 miles an hour on that fastball.
Small sigh of relief for the pitcher. At least he got the count to full. He's in a better spot right here.
Yes. Hard ground ball, second or short. Turn him.
Getting very quiet. Ribalta takes a deep breath on the mound. High leg kick and popped up out of play. Ribalta's been in these pressure situations all season, guys. So if there's anybody we want on the mound right now, I think Ribalta's our man.
Experience in situations like this is gold.
For strike 3, he struck him out. That's a huge strikeout for Ribalta. Biggest pitch of the game. Sanchez can't believe it as he takes the long walk back to the dugout. You can hear a collective sigh from the fans to our right from Palm Beach State.
I think he's thinking back to that 3-1 count where he wishes he laid off. It probably would have been ball 4 in retrospect.
Ricky Neiman.
Easy to second guess at that point. Here's the number 3 hitter, Ricky Neiman. Ribalta has been wild throughout. Almost every batter he's thrown a pitch way out of the strike zone.
So
Yes, he has.
So he's been effectively wild then a little bit.
Effectively wild.
You know, almost like in Bull Durham when Kevin Costner told the pitcher to hit the bull so that they wouldn't dig in against him.
He's doing his best AJ Burnett impression in his no-hitter.
Oh no, that's a hit. 1 run will score. Here comes the second run. He's going to be safe at home. It's a 2-0 lead. That they wouldn't dig in against him. Have scored the first 2 runs of the game. Here's the replay. Makes you sick to your stomach. It's a 2 RBI hit for Ricky Neiman.
There's a reason I didn't want to talk.
Nice meeting you. Bye-bye.
Encarnacion and Munoz both score. It is now 2-0.
Actually, I owe him nothing.
Gabriel Martinez, or Martinez, sorry. For strike.
Good curveball there, but might be too little too late. You can see Rabalta snap the glove at that ball. Very upset with himself for giving that belt-high fastball to Sanchez. Excuse me, to Neiman.
That one's low.
Got to minimize the damage here, if anything else. I mean, 2 runs, they didn't obviously want to give up any runs right now. But it happened. They got to put it past them, try to get this out, and then win it in the bottom half of the ninth.
Hopped up.
Is it going to stay in play? No, it'll not.
Super swan dive.
Should have gone for the flip.
That's what the team did.
One strike away from getting out of the inning here.
Sharks have fought all game. That one popped up to the infield. This is going to be a hard play. Rafi makes the play. That'll do it. And it will come down to these 3 outs. The Sharks down 2 runs. It is 2-0. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. You are watching South Florida Broadcast Network. And we are in our final broadcast of the season. Our final 3 outs.
Jay, you never know with this Shark team, who has come back many games in the late innings to win. And a lot has to do with the recruiting coordinator and hitting coach, Adrian Morales, who played 2 years here, was a standout player at second base, third base. Went to South Carolina, and actually he was the catalyst on that South Carolina team 2 years in a row that won national championships. And he does know his hitting stuff. And he mentioned to me when a lot of these kids came in the fall, they need a lot of work on their approach mentally and physically, but mainly mentally. And he's worked very hard with these guys all year long, and he's shown much improvement. As he said to me, these guys have improved a lot. They understand the mental approach now. And when they go to the plate, they have a better idea how to approach the pitcher and things to look for.
Well, how do they approach Ceballos, who's coming out for a 9th inning?
You know what? It's almost like saying, how do you approach Jamie Moyer, who throws 84, 85, and is a big league pitcher for 15 years? Changing speeds, throwing a curveball that, even though they know it's coming, it's still difficult to get the good part of the bat on it and hit it hard. And if Ceballos, I don't know how hard he was throwing today, but if he gets a little more velocity, he'd have a chance to get into the pros and do something. Because he's got a Clayton Kershaw curveball. Not the slider he has and not the velocity, but he's a big kid. He's about 6'3" or 6'4".
He's got good control of that curveball,
and he's got
too.
good control. So watch for.
There is good news, guys. We are at the top of our lineup. Luis Guerrero is 2 for 3 on the day, who will be leading off. He is singled and doubled today. And then it will be Jose Bach and Matthew Stevens here in the 9th inning. There's that curveball. He puts it right in the same spot again on the outside part of the plate. He has thrown that pitch at least 15 times to start a batter today. Hit on the ground. This should be an easy play. Up and over. He got him. Down to 2 outs. We are at a 1-to-1 ratio, Justin. 2 outs to 2 runs needed.
Yes, we are.
Here we go.
And here's Jose Bach, coach.
Ceballos has spun a shutout on the Sharks for 8 1/3 innings. And now it is Jose Bach and Matthew Stevens coming to bat. First Bach, then Stevens.
He's a triple right here.
There's that curveball again. Make it 16 batters.
Every time.
He's put that curveball on the outside part of the plate.
Every time.
There's another curveball. Did he go?
No.
No, he did not. They will not appeal. Now they do appeal.
Nope.
I may have actually sparked that appeal there.
You did, Jay. You absolutely did.
One of the fans said it, which
Big
Jose
swing
Bach
and a miss.
swings through that one.
Count 1 and 2 now to Bach.
So next time I'll say, maybe they didn't appeal. Bach pops it up. Both outfielders calling for it, but it was, in fact, the left fielder that made the catch.
Yeah, Andrew Martinez.
So we are now down to our final out. Final out of the regular season.
Put those rally caps on, guys. Turn those caps inside out.
So Matthew Stevens at the plate. Brian Sanjuro on deck if they get that far. One's fouled back. 0-1 the count now to Stevens.
Someone tell Ceballos' shoe is untied or something. Hit hard, but foul.
Tell him he's only 99% as good as he thinks he is.
That 1%.
He has been dominant today. Absolutely.
He's
dominant.
thrown a gem. I'll tell you that.
Did he go? No, he did
no,
not.
Did not go.
Don't appeal. Don't appeal.
They're gonna appeal. He didn't go around.
And they do not appeal. I figure I waited long enough, right? Because they couldn't appeal at that point. Curveball hit on the ground to short. Takes a big hop up and over, and he's out.
Wow.
That'll do it. It's an unfortunate end to a great regular season, but the season is not over. The Sharks
for Ceballos
still alive in the playoff picture, but that will do it for the regular season. That will be our final broadcast of the regular season for these Sharks. We will try to get an interview with Coach Price after the game. Don't go anywhere, folks. You are watching the South Florida Broadcast Network. Okay, we are in our post-game show, South Florida Broadcast Network. Coach Danny Price, final regular season game didn't go as planned, but still good news ahead. Still playoffs coming. Let's talk first about today's game. Today was the final game of the regular season. 0-0 game. Ceballos and Figueroa go head-to-head. Talk a little bit about the pitching performances today.
Well, we did very well to mound. I thought pitching-wise we were extremely good. The last inning when they got their 2 runs, the 7-8-9 is what put us in a situation. But I thought pitching-wise we need to score more than 2 runs. And at the same time, you have to credit Palm Beach for Ceballos. He pitched ahead all day long, and give him credit because he kept the ball down. He was able to stay ahead in the count. We just weren't able to get anything going, and when we did get something going, we just didn't finish it. So it was a very disappointing day. But if we have to have that day, let's get it out of the way.
So the first few innings go by, no score. Figueroa and Ceballos. Was there anything said by yourself or any of the coaches to the players as the game progressed, with Ceballos able to get that first pitch over with that curveball?
Well, we pulled him up, I think, in the 4th inning. I pulled him up, and we tried to make some adjustments, and we told him that we would give him the okay to swing at that pitch if it was up. And also at the same time, we placed him and we pushed him up in the box, and we gave him the freedom to swing, except it seems like we just kept chasing bad pitches. It looked like it was in the strike zone, but I think we were very poor to make adjustments. I think it goes back to pitching today. We made a costly error at third base, at shortstop, and that really loaded up Biggie's pitches. And, we didn't play the typical baseball that we're used to playing, and the error at short really added on to the pitch count. So, pitching-wise, we were really good today. We were really good. I have nothing negative to say about our pitching. We had 3 hits. You're supposed to lose. And we lost.
Talk about some of the players coming back from injuries. We now have Luis Guerrero as a spark plug in the beginning of the top of the lineup. Played very well today, hit the ball very well. Matthew Stevens in left field. The lineup seems to be very thick right now. You've got players that have hit in the number 5 and 6 position, now hitting 8th and 9th. How are you feeling about your lineup coming into playoff time?
Well, I've been saying for about 2 or 3 weeks that we're as healthy as we've been all year. We're where we would want to be, whereas Palm Beach has really had a lot of injuries, and their injuries happen late, whereas our injuries happen early. And you just can't count those things, what it's going to be. But they've lost a lot of people to injuries and whatnot. But our situation was that we got healthy as the season progressed, and we're as healthy as we're going to be right now. So, hopefully we get a chance to play a few more ball games.
Well, it has been a pleasure working with you this season, Coach Price. Everyone here at the South Florida Broadcast Network, we have a great time doing your games, and we're all a little saddened that this is our last game of the season. We wish we could do more with you guys, and we wish you very good luck in the playoffs coming up. And it was a great season, and we just had a great time doing it with you.
Well, it has been a great season. I think as slow as we started and then come out and win the conference, and I don't think anybody picked us to win the conference, but you have to tip your hat to our guys, how hard they worked to keep struggling, and the day wasn't an indication of what I had hoped, but at the same time, when I look back on it, somebody said we were going to be 15 and whatever, I capped it. Or took it. I really would. And so we're where we are, and we just got to go forth. We don't have to be in Lakeland until the 8th, so we got now to Lakeland to kind of get our energy back up, get some rest, and focus on the future.
Good luck in the playoffs, Coach, and good luck throughout your journey. It has been our pleasure to work with you this season.
Always, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, broadcasting crew. I really appreciate everything. Thank you so much.
Coach Danny Price in a tough 2-0 loss, but everything looking up as we go towards the playoffs. Miami-Dade College, of course, wins their division, and all good things ahead for the Miami-Dade College Sharks. For myself, Jay Hayback, and my entire broadcast crew, and there was a lot of us today. We had Talon Taylor, Laszlo Brañez, Emilio Sierra, Justin Bresner, Steve Hertz, the mayor, was here today. For everybody, we just want to say thank you and what a great job everyone has done. We will see everybody tomorrow on Channel 3 for AUBL Miami action as the West Kendall Nationals will face the Coral Gables A's. Thank you and good day.